So we are live. This thing says I'm live. YouTube has not updated. There we go. Methinks we are live. Tristan has said something in chat. We got Tristan and a person in chat. Hello. Hello, Doc 1096. Jerry does things. Hello there. It's just me for now. We might get some other people in here at some point. Just me streaming for now. It is a midweek thing. And since it's me streaming, that means I get to do this and use fancy cheats to make sure the build actually goes reasonable. We can admire this monstrosity from a distance. Yep, very much floaty. It's gonna look good though. So goal for today is to fix this, make it somewhat better, because it's kind of wobbly. It comes off center. So first order of business is going to be getting that sorted. Let me just turn off the cheats here. Make sure that this is saving correctly. Good, autosave is enabled. So yeah. Well, what do you mean, how am I building a bridge with no supporting? Oh, the no supports? Here, I'll show you real quick. The steel bridge, if you place it, normally has these legs, right? So to place it with no legs, you just have to place this first half. So you just go like this, and you just kind of watch it. And right there you can see you've placed a bit with no supports. That's approximately the maximum length it can be. But you just have to place the first half of it. It only works on the first segment, so you can't do multiple. So every single individual segment of this is a single spline, which can make things quite difficult. Alright, so we're gonna come over here, find the center bit, which is right here. There's a piece of rail in there. I'm just going to go along one side and get all of this looking like that. Because what I want to do is have a wall to go against to make sure I'm placing it correct. Like close to straight. Sorry about that. It'll make loading time longer, but it's worth it because bridge. So it does increase the save file We're not too worried about it. There's only going to be one of these. It's honestly not a huge deal with this map. We're not going to have that much rolling stock or anything, so we're not too worried about lag. Obviously, there's some bits of the bridge that could use some tune-up just to help it be better, but it's not a huge deal. I'm actually going to do something. So if I put this really close to the edge, okay, if I put it on this end, perfect. So what I'm doing here is just, I want to keep them roughly even. So I'm just going to bring this all the way over to here and place that. That way my groundworks don't drift. See how they've slightly drifted? So now I just go to the end of this, bring it out reasonably, just like so. As long as I make sure it's not tilted like this one too much, then it should be close. And I only want to do it on one side, because if I do it on both sides, I won't be able to get underneath the bridge. It doesn't have to be perfect, just close. The bridge is meant to be used viewed from a distance, so it won't be a huge thing if it's not quite perfect. So all this groundwork is going to be deleted. Eventually, it's only going to be the bridge splines. So this archway down here is the only thing that's going to stay. Everything else is going to get deleted. Everything right now is just scaffold. So like I have access to extended and doing stuff with it, but I don't want to, because we're trying to do all of this by hand just to show it can be done by hand. That's kind of the point of it being hardcore. We don't want to use the third-party tools that make the game easier because we are being hard on ourselves. Okay, that should be good enough. Delete that. Now should be able to see how far it drifts. Drifts a decent amount. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to delete this side, only this side. I'll redo this side. This stuff can stay because it's close enough and was really hard to place in. But everything else I'll redo, and then I'll do the other side as well. So get something close to center on that. It's not quite. Drop it down. So that's laid it a lot steeper than I want it to. So what I gotta do is lay some groundwork down at the bottom here to look at, so that it doesn't lay quite so steep. Because the whole trick with laying the steeper than 10% grades is you gotta have something to look at. Still not quite. I mean, it's coming off center too, but okay. a bit more groundwork in there, just like so. Come on, go. Yeah, so with the amount of spline mitigation we have in this save file already using the clown methods, we're not terribly worried about the save file size or popcorning. It's closer, still off though, because I want to stay somewhat close to the original grade here. It's not quite straight. So I'm going to look for the cutoff on this segment and bring it back a bit more so it's in line. That's better. Off the center, down. It's too much. Still not wanting to do the thing. It seems like it's laying a super short piece. Come on. Okay, so I need more groundwork. Let's say up to here, maybe? Ish? Take a guess? Limit to rolling stock. So Pharma has pulled a 100-car hopper train with 10 climaxes. It can be done, but you... Oops. Well, while I parkour my way back up, it can be done, but you only have like 1 or 2 FPS throughout the whole journey, and it takes like 2 hours. So while you can do it, it's not recommended because it takes literally forever. Alright, look down there. Not fall off this time. Bring it out just a little bit. Oh. Well, I'm smart. Tries to walk on bridge that is ghosted. Yup. Oh well. It's not even straight anyways. I have to go replace it. Oh, come on. Insert Mario noises. Is the in-game music okay? Is it too loud? Too soft? Feels a tad quiet in my opinion. But I am not YouTube. Let's bring you out. That looks better. It's not perfect, but better. Now I think we should get to same groundwork level as I had before. I got it just perfect and I got a little quiet. So I'm going to turn it up because it's a little quiet for me. Give it 25. Fine, 26. Can't be bothered to try to fix that. Okay. Let's make sure that didn't get it. Okay. So like with this one, the piece doesn't even place until it has legs. So you can only do it in the single segment. See? The second it pops into view, it has legs. Still on the quiet side. Okay. Well, I did turn it up a tad. Let me know how it goes. Down. I mean, I can always just turn up my headphones and then I hear it louder. Bring this in line here. Check that. So if I put it, that looks good. Yeah, so I'll definitely replace at least these two pieces I'm standing on. The rest of it, I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. I don't want to have to do too much maintenance on this bridge, such that it becomes a chore. Just want to clean it up so it's a little bit nicer than it was. Oh, that's not the nicest. Alright, looks like I'm deleting more segments. Because I'm a perfectionist and it bothers me. Music level's much better. Perfect. I want to make sure you guys can hear it clearly without it overpowering me. Ooh. It did not place ideally. Slipped it right the last second. All the way down to 10. Place. Much better. Again, it's not perfect, but you really can't tell from a distance. And this should be the last bit here, and then I'll touch up the other side. Or perhaps not. I can probably get in those three. Doesn't want to place in the center. Come on. There we go. Close enough. Let's get that at the correct angle and rotation. And then I think if we delete this one, we can get this last one in here still. Okay. Looks like we are going to need 2. Hopefully I can magic my way in there. Let's see. I'm going to try this from underneath because Pharma told me it works better that way. Alright, let's go back up and look. I think it placed good, but I couldn't really tell. Oops. Well, throwing myself off a cliff again. Come on, up. There we go. Ah, it's all crooked now. So you gotta get like right underneath it. Let's try that. Much better, you can't even tell. Perfect. Alright, so it's these two places I want to replace. Delete that one first. Get this bridge piece nice and centered. Drop down. Just want enough to get the feet out the way. Just fill in a bit of groundwork here where we're missing some. And again, the groundwork's just to get the right level of drop on the bridge past the 10%. Because if you take the proper 10%, it's right here, and we want it ever so slightly lower for this first one. So we want to bring it back so the feet don't show. Closer to level. Much better. Okay. And delete that one. Put in some more groundwork at the correct level, just down there. Drop it again. We're looking for when the feet disappear so you can see that change there. Right on the very extension of it. Yeah, we're going to have to replace most of this side, just since it's all over the place. The end bits are fine, it's just the center section is a full, however long that is, over. Just want to get it in line. Perfect. It's a little bit to the right, so we're going to go ahead and try replacing it. It's really hard to see where it ends up. So what I'm looking for is on the left there. I'm trying to get it lined up parallel and also at the same level, just like that. See how these... So I was looking right here, right where the cursor is. That's what I was looking at, this seam here, to try and get it parallel, just like that. I have to probably delete that groundwork. Let's try placing it first. Bring it down. Check for feet. There's no feet. There's the feet. Okay, it's a tad long. So let's bring it back just a bit. So let's see. See how it transitions like that? There's a little jump in the texture. That's how you know when there's feet versus not feet. It's better. Not quite perfect, but better. Okay, let's get some more of this groundwork in, but just enough so it's out of the way. These place. go. Delete that out of the way. And then just get some more helper groundwork in there at that same level. And then we'll take a flight and go ahead and look at this, and just make sure the curve looks good. That's decent. Hey, clowns in the chat. Yes, this is an arch bridge. That is the goal. Thank you. Yes, we all love the MOW streams. Where's the feet at? There's the feet. Okay, so I'm gonna come all the way down to about there. Much better. Somebody clearly knows some of the lore about how I got in to the original MOW crew stuff, and we are drifting to the left. That is unfortunate. Starts here. Well, yeah, so the way the whole MOW crew started, and I am actually allowed to claim fame for this. Heist was streaming laying his track, and I was mad because his track laying is garbage, right? So I pestered him enough to let me on his save, and I ended up building his iron mine turnaround loop to such a high quality that he decided to let me in to the whole streaming stuff. And then obviously we got Pharma after, along with Tristan and Clown. Okay. This just looks awful. Alright, change of plans. We're deleting it all the way back out to here, and we're just gonna keep these two things overlapped because it's just looking twisty. Bring this out, rid of the feet, make that parallel. Double check that we didn't get any feet. Good. And the rest is history. We've got, I think it's, what, it's me, Clown, Tristan, and Pharma are the 4 members. I'm not forgetting someone. To double check I wasn't forgetting someone. It's better. And then obviously we've had a decent amount of the game team, the modeling team, join in on the Heist Discord. Looks alright. Kind of looks alright. It's a tad askew. Enough to bother me. That's one of the reasons that we're doing some of the midweek streams, just to take care of stuff like this, where it's gonna take ages, and we might as well put out some content for you guys to watch when we're not doing the quote-unquote official streams. And it's just stuff like me agonizing over these little tiny details that we'll never touch again, but it gives me peace of mind. Now it's too long. Yeah. Okay, we're gonna try building it from the other side then. Drop it down to 10. That's where the 10 sits. Right there, and we want it to sit all the way down here. We're just gonna bring it across. Get out just a bit. Come on. It's a fine adjustment. And there. Well, it's better. You won't be able to see it from a distance. Hopefully the second side is a little bit better since I'll have had practice with this side. That is the idea. But yeah, all the ones up top are fairly nice. Obviously there's a little bit of gaps, as I've just seen one. It's gonna bother me now. Why did I look up? Get this piece laid in. Probably just delete this one. Let's see where the next one places, because we might be able to get less pieces in here. Okay. Try the placing from underneath on this one. Okay. It's kind of weird. So I guess we can just take out the groundwork. That back after. Clown, it's really not that hard. You just gotta do this one trick. So you bring it down to 10. You gotta make sure you're looking at a place further. Then you just bring it back until it does the percentage you're looking for. Let's try. I got that to work on the last one. Okay. Let's go back up top again. Because I did get this to work at this. There we go. Okay. Okay, let's try putting the groundwork back in then. Excuse me. So I'm just going to put some helper groundworks in, going all the way over that way. And this, again, this will all get deleted. The only thing that's staying is the actual foundation of this. But I want to be able to get in right there. Oh, it needs to come over more. Right there. It's a tad too much. It's the same spot. Too little. Too little. That looks better. Let's go look at it. Good enough. Not quite perfect, but good enough. And looks like we need a little bit more bridge. Alright. Just a little piece, though. Bring our helper groundwork back out. Just enough to get across to this other side. Aim roughly about there, I think it was. Close. Out here? That looks better. And bring it this way. Much better. Alright. There we go. That goes all the way in now. So, but this side doesn't. No. I just deleted my helper groundworks. Okay. See, it's these little details that make or break the build. Oops. Let's get this over this way. Oh, too far. It's like in Minecraft. It's the details. Devil's in the details. Always. I suppose I should put in the bridge piece before I put in the helper groundworks. That would probably be smart. Okay. It's not working. Should be better. Okay. And that should be enough to get it over correct. It's about there? No. This is really just guesswork trying to get this right. Okay, well, I'm going to delete you because I can't see. Nope. Nope. I want it to line up. So it looks like one nice solid piece. That's better. It's a lip. Okay. This is acceptable. I'd rather there be a lip on the outside than on the inside. In the sense that I'd rather have the lip be this way than this way, if that makes sense. Let's get rid of some of this stuff and then take a fly around and go ahead and look at it. Alright, enable flying. Oh yeah. That looks good. Much better. Just actually not delete that yet. Wrong button. Let's get that bridge back in so we can place the other bit here. Clown says these extra methods of building are out of my league. And that's just because they're unorthodox. This is by no means the way that you were intended to be building. Alright, let's get you over there. And for those of you just tuning in, we are working on the hardcore save on the Mega Bridge. Currently placing in groundworks so that we have the flat bit of the groundworks there to make sure we're going straight and not going all wonky curved weird. Yeah, Clown's good at building the nice normal stuff, not the weird stuff. The weird stuff I learned from Pharma and it's really just me applying the things I've learned. I cannot claim fame to having discovered it. I've seen my fair share of bugs, but this is not something that I discovered. And again, you can do this a lot easier with some of the third-party build tools, but we're choosing specifically not to, because that would defeat the point. The point is for it to be hard. I want to demolish bridges. Get rid of that. Howdy, howdy, Super Cartoon Wars. Ready to get beaten, Zape-kissed again. Get that level over on this side. If I can. Okay, I can see it out here. So we're just going to leave it there for now. Demolish this groundwork. That is not the bits of flat pieces. I'm not sure how much of that I want to delete yet. Can I make this? Nope. Okay. This one's first. Let me just shorten this one a bit. Ah, perfect. Now I can see. Okay, so that one's too high. So is that one. Oops. Okay. Let's just place this patch in here. And again, all of this is getting deleted later, so you can stay. And definitely want you to stay. Let's bring you out here. So that's the middle right there. I'm actually going to see if I can't get into it to delete that piece of rail. Actually, let's delete this bridge. Delete rail. You can see it on the mini-map there, just a little dot. It's right in the center. There it is. Can I get to it? Doesn't appear that I can. Okay. So we're just gonna lay a nice skinny piece here. Where are you at? There you are. Just gonna delete the bridge that's on top of this, delete the rail out from underneath, and then replace in the bridge. Making sure no legs. I can't tell if there's legs on that or not. They are not. Good. Perfect. That's the way we want it. Delete these couple bridges. Delete this groundwork that's in the way now. Okay. I need a way on top of that. Actually, give me a second. I'll be right back. Sorry about that. Indeed, Pharma is the inventive builder. It is a bit extra for a bridge, but I mean, it's worth it, so. Let's see if we can't get a bridge over that way. Just a nice bit of scaffolding. Perfect. And then I can grab another piece of steel bridge. Bring it out just to here, and we have a nice platform to get up here. Perfect. Alright. Now we can get on to building this bridge. Let's see. I want that higher bit of groundwork. Come all the way out here, but I want to move the lower one first. So I'm just gonna create a little Eye of Sauron over there, I guess. Bring this one out this way. Perfect. So we have 1, 2, 3 sections. 1, 2, 3. Looks like maybe sections 4 and 5 were placed with the further ones. We'll have to see what grade these lay at. Alright. It's better. Yeah, I can't tell. Yeah, it looks the same. So let's go ahead and delete that. We'll delete this thing. You can always go get it later. Set this to the groundwork. Get a max length piece with no feet. It's not quite even with that, so we'll go ahead and replace it. It's better. Still not quite taking the descent that I'd like it to, but well, let's go ahead and try that again. This is a little bit off center anyways. Let's go ahead and try to bring it back on center. There's that. That's better. Okay. See how this section lays now. Spam the keys. Feels like it should be down more. Yeah, that's better. So I'm going to come back and replace this section at one point. So this one goes less down, this one goes more down, I think, just to make sure that curve stays nice. Just trying to get a feel for the grade. Let's see how it looks. Need more groundwork bits. Let's just bring this that way. Add in a couple bits of stone groundwork over here. Doesn't have to be perfect, just close. Roughly about there. Let's do one more. Out there. Oh, didn't place. Does not want to place. Come on. Come on, there we go. We'll do one more just for good measure. Oop. Alright, let's jump off onto this. Go ahead and see what we can do about it. It's into the wall a little bit. I can bring it out slightly. Okay, that's better, but it's still going into the wall. So I'm going to go ahead and come back one segment, delete it, and try to come back. Just tilt it a little bit left. Much better. It's just not quite as low as it was before. Whoop. Almost didn't make that. It's better. Much closer. It's still into the wall. It's fine. It's fine. I'm sure it's fine. The only reason I even replaced the other side is because you could totally tell from a distance that it was out of whack. Here, let's try that. Too much. And it's too far to the right. That should be better. That looks better. Definitely. Okay, let's go take a look and just make sure we're roughly on the same edge of the curve here. So delete this groundwork. Let's give it a good flight out this ways. Looks pretty close. Let's see. That steel truss runs throughout the whole thing, so it should be even on the level. Let's get back down there. This steel truss, it runs through the whole thing underneath. That's why I used it, was to make sure I kept the level good on the bottom. Kind of steep of a change, but it should be fine. Let's see that. Okay, that's looking good. Kenosha has started playing, but we don't have any trains to derail. Oops. Pharma was going to be here, but I didn't realize that he had other stuff going on today. So, just me. That's kind of steep. A bit too steep, if you ask me. Should be closer to what we're looking for. Yeah, that's much better. Oh yeah, all coming together. good. Let's check our spacing. We're a bit off, I think. Actually, we're pretty close to dead on. Button. I want to go down, not up. Steep again. Let's go ahead and get rid of this groundwork for a second. And by second, I mean a decent chunk of time. We'll place 3 segments. That's better. A normal line? The whole point of this is to not have a normal line, clown. There are no normal lines on the HP&S. The whole idea is to be extra. Even if it would have cost more money in the long run. I feel bad that I don't have something to derail right now. But I do have to keep this saved for later, so... That felt a tad steep. Yeah, that one's kind of steep. New place. Place, please. There we go. I don't think that was steep enough. Nope. That should be closer. Yeah, that's good enough. I think one more ought to do it in terms of getting it to hide nice in the groundworks. Just give it a little bit of wiggling. It's too steep. Just looks like a bent piece of steel. That's better. I think, yeah, that should be inside. We can check. So what we do is just bring that out to here like this. If it fits in there. Never mind. Gotta do it the actual way. No, it's too hard. We'll just call it good and deal with it later. Consequences? What are those? Get rid of this groundwork now that I'm not using it anymore. Come on. There we go. All the way down. All we gotta do is keep this end straight. And with no feet. This is the anti-foot club. Yeah, looks good. And then I did find a cool trick on somebody's YouTube video that I want to use for the bridge handrails. I want to at least try it out, see how it looks. All sorts of bad button presses here. right. Too much right. That was too much right. I repeat, too much right. That's better. This bridge is when the railroad had more money than common sense and just said, screw it. That is indeed the case. If we're calling the railroad's money our time that we spend into building things, then yes, this is definitely, we have too much money on our hands. That being too much time on our hands. That drifts right again. It needs to drift not right. It needs to not drift. Not perfect, but it's better. I do apologize if you can hear printer noises. The printer is right next to my desk, because my desk is the computer corner. That's acceptable. Don't like that it keeps drifting, but it's acceptable. One of those tolerances things. And there we go. Let's take a second to look at it. Looking good. Nice and all curved like. You know what's fun is that with the possibility, and here's a fun leak for you guys. We are probably getting a new game trailer on the Steam store page. Just a nice updated one. It is highly possible that stuff that we build on this save might get featured in that video, and or other community creations. Obviously, that's just a rumor for now that we're getting one, but ooh, leaks. But with the amount of people that we've got playing the game, it is something we're looking at in updating the game trailer with community creations. Sweet indeed. I'm excited if we do it. It's just an idea at this point, but assuming it does happen, I'm excited. It's still kind of wiggly, but it's better now. Better than the other one was, at least. Let's bring in the helper groundworks. Not sure that's even high enough. Oh well, it'll just have to work. Want to be as little of a lip as possible. So you want it to look like one big stonework piece. That's better. Let's go see how that looks from this. Yeah, so there's a game trailer on the Steam store page. I think you're required to have it before you can list your game on Steam. No, it didn't place. Why did you not place? Now I have to go measure it again. It's too much. That time it placed. Good. Oh, that's looking nice. Alright, let's start carefully. Very carefully. Because I can't be bothered to do anything but live it up. Also, cave. Cave game. What? Secret meeting room in there. Just gonna delete all of this fill material. Including that. And this. This bit's gonna stay, I think, just so we have a way to get into the cave. Let's see if I can get that piece of bridge. Apparently not. Should probably just fly for this, that way it's easier. Whee! And I probably should have looked at it before deleting all my groundworks. Oh, that looks nice. Oh yeah. Like that. Somebody take a screenshot of that and send it to Heist real quick. Before 500 pings. Or 25 pings, since there's only 25 people watching. Would be funny. A little bit of rail right there. Come on. Oh. Flight is hard to control. Come on. There we go. I think that's everything then. Let's take a good look at this. Oh yeah. That looks nice. I like this. It's not quite perfect, but I mean, I like it. Could use some smoothing out, but I think it's alright for now. Oh yeah. Very nice. Oh, I missed a spot. Delete. Okay. Now, for the trick I was talking about, let's stop flying. Notice that there's some bridge in here to be deleted. Come on, where are you at? I know you're in here. I assume it's just under this piece of groundwork here. So if I delete the groundwork, yeah, there it is. And a new piece. You'll never know. And the track is going on top of this bit here, so it's not a big deal. Alright, so first thing I gotta do is more of this wood trestle. Because what I want to do is place more stone groundworks. Let's just place some nice long segments. Place another one up here. Can I place it on top of that, please? I go too high. Might have gone too high. It's definitely not too there. And this is just so I can come back in with some stone groundworks over it. Because the trick with the stone groundworks is that they have the wide base. So what we want to do is get the wide base to line up with the edge of the bridge. So let's get some stone groundworks up across here. Okay. So we need to bring it down to like here. That base on that? Perfect. So we need to get on top. Walkway in. It's too close. Wanted to place 2 pieces, but it didn't place the second one. Well, all the way over there. Okay. Now we should be able to take this groundwork. Oh, immediately yeet ourselves off of it. Yay. It's totally what I meant to do. Oh, goodness. No. I'm stuck. Alright. Just gonna place some groundwork in there, jump on top of it. Good. Get back up here. And the trick is we want to have groundwork place right next to it, kind of like that. So where did I place that? I think it was on, let's see, there? That'll do. Put one, come on, place. There we go. That's good. So if I alt lock it, perfect. Come on. Just making sure that's still good. All right. It's not quite perfect, so we're just gonna get it over just a bit. Okay, close enough. Alright, now here comes the fun part. Alright, let's start from this side. I have autosave running. Thank you for asking though. So 4, 5, 6, and 7 have all been saved. And this game is saved in slot 8. Alright, so I've noticed there's a section of bridge in here, hopefully. Yeah, I got it. Come on, minimap update. Show me I got it. Yeah, I got it. Okay. Alright. So on the bridge, if you do from the bridge to the groundwork, let's do 3 tie segments. But the trick is you want to get it nice and on. Maybe you have to do it from the side? Looks like it's floating though. So I saw a video where someone had the rails like on the side of the bridge, like a handrail. And it looks really cool. What if I did it with the decked rail? That might work if I could get it to place right. Okay, let's try moving the groundwork just back just a little bit. So we'll take the groundwork. Let's do a little bit more than that. That's less. That should be good. We'll just run along here. You can really see the Z randomization. Excuse me, Z randomization there. With the grade change. See how low it got? I don't think I turned it down at all. Alright, let's get rid of this groundwork. Yeah, that's a lot more space. Perfectly fine if you want to watch from earlier. Lieutenant. Okay, so it's placing with the tie there. That's why it's looking weird. So if we can place it here. Oh, that's close. That's real close. Can I fall down this? Sort of, but not really. Okay. So if I place it down there... Oh, that looks good. I like this. Now the trick is to just get it straight. Thinking, Mickley. What if I placed it from underneath? Could I do that? No, I don't think I could do that. Let's see. Okay, so it's a little bit weird being kind of inside the bridge. But if I go like this and just kind of connect them up. Okay. Be nicer if it was steeper, I think. But I'm not really sure how to get it steeper and also have the rails go into the bridge like that so it looks like it's actually supported. Placing too low. Let's try there. It's kind of better. Ah. This might be too hard. Oops. Unless... That's an idea. I'm gonna try that. Okay. So what if I build it from the outside? Or no, because that wouldn't have the... You know what? I'm gonna try building it from the outside. Okay. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take groundwork instead from this side. We're gonna line it up with the edge of the bridge. So here. And here. I'm just gonna run for a while, because these pieces can be pretty long. Okay, I can definitely fall that down that now. Bring it here. This isn't very steep, so in theory, this is a handrail for the bridge. So what I'm doing is laying something I can put the handrail against right now. Oh, I've put myself in the hole. Come on, get out. Yes. So now, if I go on top of this, definitely want to try it from that end. Okay, so I'm gonna get the... I'm gonna try to place it with the steel or the wood trestle. Can't see the bridge. Okay. There's the bridge. Oh, it's up there. Okay. So if I place a piece of this kind of bridge at this level. Let's hop up on it. Oh, or fall all the way down. Alright, cheats enabled. I cannot be bothered to parkour even more. Okay. Cheats. Fix this bit of groundwork. Not quite perfect. But if I take the rails from down here, so from this, it's not close enough. I'm almost falling off. Let's just look at this little section here, see how that looks. It's not quite close enough. And then delete the groundworks. I don't know, what do we think? I think it looks better than it did before. But it is facing inward instead of outward. So imagine if that was along the whole bridge. I think I like it. I'm gonna go ahead and keep doing it. And then we'll do another... Yeah. We'll do another look at it after I get some more pieces in. Just so we can get an accurate idea of what it's gonna look like before I put in too much work. But you guys see how it's like a handrail, right? Just watching chat because I know you're seeing it right now. What do we think? I've trapped myself again. Well, I'm not getting any responses, so I'm just going to go ahead and see what it looks like. I can try bridge decking. Did say I was going to try it. Let's see, roughly about yay high. The decking might look better if I get the posts, the edge of the rails lined up good. Plus it would require less, I think, since it's wider. Okay, so I'm going to build it out a little bit on both sides just so we get a longer section of it. Place it from the top down. Perhaps. It is meant to look a little bit rickety because you can't get it perfect. Bridge decking looks less spiky. In terms of giving a view, though, the regular rail just look better, unless I shorten this. I don't know. What do we think, chat? The outside won't get looked at a whole lot. Well, I suppose it will from a distance. And I mean, right now you just see the bridges, but... Gotta vote for shorten and use decking. It's just hard to tell with the... Let's try looking at it without this particular set of bridges. So I'm just gonna place another one on this end. Just to have it. Alright. I'm gonna have to agree with you. I do like the decking better. It looks cleaner. Less spiky. Okay. Yeah, I can live with that. Alright, let's go ahead and get this bridge placed back in that I just deleted. From this end all the way over to here. Off flight before I yeet myself off a cliff. Do we like the height, though? I'll go show that in just a second after. Show it before I place the groundwork. Do we like the height? I kind of like the height. It feels a tad tall, but it won't feel tall at all when you're in a train, and it's too tall to walk over. So it does keep you on. It's tall enough you can shorten if you can jump over it. Oh, that's wonky. Oh yeah, somebody's definitely falling off of this. But look, it's like a super bumpy road. The end of the Stonewall segment would be more vertical, but it would take ages to put that back. Like, it's just not worth it. I'd have to place so many segments to get this all the way over. After I get the handrails in, the plan is to get... I forget I can't jump up that. It's just barely above what you can jump up on. Go. I want to get the curve in on that side. So on this side, the track's going to curve and go along that way. I want to get that curve in before I finish the other thing. I forgot what the other thing was. Anyways. Whoop, almost fell off. So we're going to go ahead and delete this rail. I could snap to it, but it's just easier to do it this way. So we're going to come back to the groundworks, I think. It's just so many more segments to put in, clown. If I do it that way, it might look marginally better, but I mean, it's fine being tilted in slightly. There is some amount of laziness happening here. At the same time, it's me not being lazy because I'm placing in a stupid contraption. In terms of game mechanics, this is all very stupid of me to do. It's just so I have less of a chance of falling off. No narrow gauge railroad would spend this much money on a bridge like this, I don't think. We were talking earlier in another chat regarding prizes and things. Not that particular conversation, clown, but an extension of it. And we discussed doing something stupid like some form of quote-unquote cryptocurrency for the server. Nothing that actually is valued in anything that you can trade in for real money, but like just like a fake internet coin for the sake of having fake internet coin. Oh, hey, Tristan's there. Tristan, do you want mod on my channel just so I can see you better? You can get all the porn bots that slip past my amazing defenses, since I haven't seen one this whole stream. Nice. And I am in the voice chat if you guys want to join in. I was not planning on doing anything with anyone, but the server is the usual password for the stuff I host, so that's interesting. Let's see how that looks. Oh, it's fine. You can't even tell. That's fine. You can sort of tell, but not really. So that's kind of what it's going to look like. Obviously, we're going to have the bridge deck track in here, and I'm just going to lay down just a little bit of swirly track. Obviously, the track is going in here last. But coming down this line, it's going to look like this. So just imagine that being on the other side. I like it. Let's go ahead and go look at it just from the outside. I forgot the bridge was there. Never mind. Never mind. We'll look at it after. Indeed, clout must be given. Okay. Probably not going to double track it. We could double track it, but I honestly doubt that we do. It sounds more annoying than anything else to double track the bridge. It's wide enough that we could, but I think we're just going to single track it. unless I get outvoted and somebody else wants to double track it. There's not really a reason to double track it, I don't think, unless we... This is the ironworks, so it's going to be having coal in and raw iron out for the most part. The coal train can just pick up the rails at the same time it drops off the coal and then go back to the sawmill yard. That's the wrong type of rail 3 times in a row. Double track B2Bs, why not? Alright, Clown, you can double track it then, because I don't want to. I'm just building the bridge, you can track it. It is meant to be extra, that is true. Like I'm going higher ever so slightly. Oh well. Doesn't matter. It's about the same. I just realized that this particular bridge might end up becoming a good punting spot. Because, like, you got the whole valley to punt into on both sides. Heisler's somewhere over there. Oh, there it is. Yep. All spelled wrong in anything. V-I-S-O-N. What the heck, Firma? But yeah, it's right down there. Here's a fun question for chat. Summer's coming up. I know a decent amount of you are probably in school at the moment. You guys got any big summer plans? Any vacations or, I don't know, something interesting? I happen to be graduating, so I am off to find a real job. Obviously, I still intend to keep some amount of time dedicated to the YouTube shenanigans. It's fun, I enjoy it. But it does not pay the bills. I've run out of secondary bridge work. Gotta make sure I don't fall off. We're not quite sure when we're going to have the next hardcore stream. Again, a lot of it's just dependent on everyone's schedules, etc. But it might happen Wednesday. It's the early thing I heard. But yeah, we're approaching time when a decent amount of people are going to be out of town for something or other. I'm going out of town sometime in May, end of May. Alright. Got the groundwork. Let's get rid of this stuff. Okay. Dig it. I don't know about continuing it on this. Probably could. It's probably a good idea, actually. We all know how good Heist is at falling off of things. That means I need to replace this groundwork in a spot that works. Not quite. Hello? Is that a pharma? I think that was a pharma. It sounded like pharma. Pharma, are you in the chat? Are you okay? Do you need help? The problem is we have this groundwork here, and then it's gonna be weird. Alright, the sane Australian has joined the chat. Hello, clown.
Good afternoon. Or morning. Or evening, wherever you are in the world.
It is 6:45 p.m. for me. I don't know if you still have the stream audio up, but Pharma just popped in and did some weird noise.
He did?
Yep.
I had the audio muted at the time.
Lucky
so
you.
I didn't see.
Good. You did remember the password.
I did. And I even remembered to put the I in it this time. First time.
Well, don't leak too much of the password. Chat will guess it.
It has an I in it. Because I keep leaving it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just have to guess the other 13 characters.
Assuming there's even 13. Who knows? Come on, place.
Okay, where am I at? I'm up here standing at the iron mine.
And I left just enough of a little bit of a ledge to walk on. And I'm really hoping it looks like it's tapering out, but I'm still on it for now. Okay. Whew! We're good. Indeed, a wild clown has appeared. That's why you shouldn't venture out in the tall grass alone.
That's right, watch out for the clowns.
In this case, you would actually be a mime.
Why is that?
Well, because it was a Pokemon thing. And the closest thing to a clown we got in Pokemon is Mr. Mime.
Okay, I have never played Pokemon. That is a little bit newer than my age group. by about 30 years.
Just a tad. just a wee bit. Yeah, I'm just overworking on the bridge. Have you come to lay the double track through it?
I've actually come to branch. You're going to put that. You're going to branch that off onto the bit of the track that's right there before the sawmill. Yeah.
Yeah. That works.
I was actually going to start running a line backwards to work out what grade needs to go in there.
Oh, you can keep it level. I already tested that.
Oh, it's level, is it?
Yep. So I don't know if you want to come off of the sawmill. Well, you definitely want to come off of this line, actually. You'll have a slight, I think it's a slight decline at the very end when you're hooking it in, but it's pretty much really close to level. Why does Utah have 747? Are we not on the same time zone? Me being in Arizona? Because daylight savings already happened. I would have thought that it'd be in the same time zone now.
I forgot Clown is older than most of them. Most of the guys on the MOW crew are young enough to be my children.
Yep.
And actually,
I
my
think all of
children are
us,
the same age. Yeah, my
including
children
Pharma.
are in.
I think Pharma's a tad older than the others of us.
Yeah, only a couple of years. But yeah, yous are the same age as my kids.
Yeah.
My oldest kids, anyway.
Clown's not old, he's vintage.
I know, I'm just a classic.
Exactly, classic. You gotta pull Michael Scott and make sure you're classy. That's a TV show reference to The Office. And the only reason I know anything about The Office is because I watch funny clips on YouTube. I don't actually watch the show. $8.50 in Oklahoma. That's fair. You're east of us. So 2 hours. Yeah, man, we're playing a train game about the West. Of course we're out west. That's like half the point. I am joking, by the way. We have another victim.
Hello, hello.
It is the
Hello,
Tristan.
Tristan.
How's it going?
Pretty good. We're still recovering a little bit. Well, at least I'm recovering from losing brain cells after Pharma came in here and made a weird noise. It is my usual password on whatever download region we were in last, so if you want
Alrighty.
to pop in. $9.50 in Pennsylvania. Ew, East Coast. For legal reasons, that's a joke.
Nice. Nice. Or entire East Coast. They're trying their best. It's just late for them.
I heard you got a new office set up, Tristan.
Yep. I'm set up in a different room of the house. Much better. Love it. It's nice and dark, like I like it.
Yes. The vampire strats.
Oh yeah. Software engineers, vampires. There's a lot of crossover actually.
uh. Anything in the US right now is going to be PM, folks. So apparently Utah is on its own weird little time zone and is an hour later than the rest of the West Coast. I'm actually going to look that up because I don't believe you.
No. No.
Why is it almost 8 o'clock in Utah but 7 o'clock here? What about California? California is the same. Why is Utah following weird time zone rules? Why is Utah in Mountain Daylight Time? Well, actually, no. Arizona's the one that follows the weird rules, so... Mountain Standard Time. Yeah, I don't know how time zones work. Which one's Nevada on? Oh, Nevada's on Pacific Daylight as well. remember the states that are over here. When you got Oregon and Washington, Idaho.
I'm just coming back. What are you saying about my states?
Utah being weird on Mountain Daylight Time.
Just for that? I'm kidding.
No, we're not
Yes.
getting into the other reasons why Utah's weird. Their roads do suck, though. Like, honestly, it is... In terms of Arizona roads are superior to Utah roads.
I have been entombed in a bridge. Someone please help. I'm in the groundwork.
I just respawn.
But it's so far. Come delete this groundwork and let me out.
I've given you flight. Respawn. I have to re-give you flight after you respawn anyways.
Alright, respawning.
Alright, you should have flight now. Let me know when you get back over here. But yeah, there's lots of groundwork here.
Yeah, I missed the last episode, right? But the episode before that, I ran out and stood in the middle of the bridge that you were starting. So, serves me right, I guess.
I mean, technically this is a half episode, since Heist isn't here
Yes,
and he's the big content creator.
True. I missed the last full true episode. And this is the first half episode I've been on. So here we are.
Pleasure to have you, as always. What's up, clown? What'd you do? Did you break something?
Just the game not doing what the game's supposed to do.
Isn't that kind of
And yes,
what this whole bridge is?
I broke. I did actually break something.
No. Is it easily fixable?
It's track. Of course, I can fix it.
Well,
He's a clown.
Well, did you
Master
delete a
of track.
segment in a really long spline or like a short spline? So is it like a 10-minute fix or like a 30-minute fix?
Yeah, how long does it go? Yeah, it'll take me a little while. I got to build that curve around again.
A little while. All right. Well, I have also been there, done that on deleting control points.
No, what actually happens if you're doing that double, you've got two controls set at once. You know, you're placing track and deleting track at the same time. If you've got the mouse held down and go over the top of a switch, it'll actually stop you from being able to turn left and right with the mouse.
Turn left and right with the mouse?
Oh, interesting.
That's weird. Huh.
You didn't know that one? Another bug that I've found that doesn't appear anywhere else. But
I know it does the
not-
whole UI thing. I didn't know it stopped you moving the camera.
Yeah, it won't let you move the camera around until you basically you release your left click and then hold it down again. And of course,
That's
I
a
was
weird
pointing
one.
in the wrong. I was pointing in the wrong direction when I lifted up and clicked again, and I deleted a piece of track from the
Oof.
Oh no.
the turnout heading into the the big Y at the sawmill that goes off into the yard.
Are you over here, Tristan?
Yeah, you can take my flight away.
Okay. Where are you at? I have to find you again.
I'm floating. And I don't know how to get down, but I'm over where I want to be, so.
You got to go to third person view
Yeah,
to go up and down.
Third person
right,
can go
yes.
up and down.
That's the rules.
That still
Okay.
didn't
Well,
help. Where
I'm
are
on the
you
ground
so I
now.
can click you?
Oh, I'm over on the track above the place you're building the line to right now. On the spawn track area.
I see you.
Yeah. It's interesting you have to do that. It should be a drop down list. I'm
Well,
complaining about a free third party
s-
mod.
I had you selected and then I unselected you, so that's my own fault.
And well, it looks like what I've replaced was actually two splines. So I've just turned two splines into one spline.
Nice. That's helpful.
So even though I made a boo-boo, I fixed something else.
Nice, coming out on top.
Alright, so I'm just gonna save a piece of this level
Spline
groundwork.
in.
Let's see, we can put it over there. Just gonna hide it in the trees here, in case we want to adjust the things. So, for those of you who haven't seen this before, Clown actually hides groundwork like this too, so I am not the first.
Do what? What do I do?
Hiding groundwork in the trees in case you need the level of it later.
Yeah, I do that. Everywhere that I put, basically after you've finished putting in your track at the build level, and just before you delete the build level, you hide a tiny little short segment off in the trees, so that if you need to do an edit, you've got your build height.
I should be reading chat. Feel bad now.
That's a very handy thing to do.
Not a very good streamer, sorry, Mick.
Yeah. 99 is a 99 Oldsmobile a classic? Yes or no?
What year?
99.
No, that's still too new to be a classic. They do have an official age group for classic cars, and I'm very sure it's 30 years or older.
All right.
That's if you're in a car club and you go to car shows.
If you think time zones are weird, then the mid 1800s look like a word. Sure. I'm gonna avoid that. And Arizona is indeed the unique one. Everybody else uses daylight saving times, and we're like, yeah, no, we're not gonna be changing our clocks twice a year.
Yeah, links.
It's
No,
dumb.
it depends on what car club you're in as to what year it is.
Ah. So different people have different rules, which makes it all super easy to understand, right?
Yeah, some use 25 for classic, others use 30 for classic. Like the bike club I'm in, it's 30 years for a classic on that to be able to ride with the group.
Huh.
So that's why I've got a 1980s bike.
Heard it here
So
first, folks. Clown has a biker club.
Yeah, I'm in a biker club.
Yeah, he's a mean old biker man. Thomas over here. It's funny that Clown's talking about reducing splines when Mickley's over here making like 1,000. That is true.
But see, splines in track are more troublesome than splines in groundworks.
He says as I
But,
have like 1,000 track splines as railings. It does look good
Yeah,
though.
well, there is that.
We got somebody from Wisconsin, Minnesota. Saw from Oklahoma. Hello, Edward. Good to see you. Classic vehicle clubs have the same consistency as railroads. That is to say, none. No consistency. You can get antique tags at 25 years in some states. Alright. Did not know that.
Yeah, when it comes to registration, I'm pretty sure it's always 25 years. And well, more than likely with the club that I'm in, when we get another 10 years down the track, they'll push it back another 10 years because they just don't want those bikes in that have got anything computerized in them. It's about, being all engine and everything sort of mechanical.
Uh-huh. I'm just putting in some test track here. Get a feel for how this would look if it's double tracked.
I'm just going to run a level around to see where the track's going to go at to meet up at the start of your bridge.
Alright.
I did pick constant, yes.
And again, this is just testing track. It's not staying this way. So it's not being laid according to Clown's specifications or anything like that. I mean, we could double track it. It's fit for double track.
I was watching your last stream when you were going through fixing up your little lightning bolts that you got when you done the spline defragment. And
Oh, the
yeah,
last
your track
video?
lane's getting really good. Yeah, track
Oh,
lane's
well.
getting really good.
Wait till you come see this little bit I just laid here. Not good at all. I'm actually curious. Where does this line up? Yeah, that's not gonna
Does it
line
fit?
up right. The double track fits, but it's less than the two crossovers.
Yeah, no, we're gonna have to do the other type of double track spacing, which is the switch, using a switch for to get the double spacing.
I'm not even sure if that'll fit, honestly. Oh no. Discovered my Discord pings are still on. Well. Just gonna get rid of that real quick. Make sure that that got logged.
Oh,
Sorry, getting reports of stuff in Discord chat, and that does take some precedence.
can I fly, please, Mickley?
Yeah. That is
I seem
Tristan.
to
Where are
be-
you at? Sawmill?
Yeah.
Me, I'm
Oh, there
stuck
you're
at
at.
the end of the bridge in a hole. You left a big hole, and I fell down the hole.
Are you out? I gave you flight.
Yep,
Are
there
you
we
good?
go. I'm
Alright.
still climbing.
Oh.
No, I'm back on the ground again. Now I'm flying. Can I get up? Up, up, up. There we go. Now I'm out. Thank you.
Alright. I'm gonna come look in that real quick.
Yeah, you left a little hole here. I'm going to patch it at the moment. Just temporary stuff so I don't fall down it again.
Me not being able to spell. Ignore that. Okay. Yeah, so it's just a little bit of track to see how it would look double tracked. It's really close to itself, so I'm gonna come look at this hole Clown's complaining about.
No, I patched it over.
I wanna see it though. Just past the bridge or what? Down here.
It was right here. Right here.
Yeah, all of this, the idea is this groundwork goes straight into the mountain here, and then we just fill it in. Just as this entire structure is meant to be a support base for the bridge. I mean, we can always change it if we want, but up to you, I guess.
Well, that's about where your curb will come in to come onto the bridge anyway.
Yeah. I just mean for this right side here. Like we can delete this and curve it in if we want, or leave it as is. It does flare a little bit out to the right. But yeah, that's roughly how close the double track's going to have to be if we want it to fit and not intersect with this railing.
Yeah, let's have a look and see whether or not it lines up. So you only just got to put a cross track there. I mean a switch. And one there.
Just about, looks like. Ish close. Classic car registrations. Sorry, go ahead.
It'd probably line up if your track was actually placed straight, which it's not.
Yeah, I know it's not straight. That's just me freehanding, hey, this is roughly what the track could look like.
Yeah.
Classic car
I'm gonna
registrations
delete it
are
now.
more taxed than antique registrations. 04 Liberty is a classic technically, but the 62 Chevy pickup is an antique, and antique tags are permanent once acquired. Okay.
Well, here in Australia, you get about $100 a year off your registration, but then you've got to jump through a whole heap of hoops to get the classic car registration, and you've got to be part of a club.
Huh.
So yeah,
For any
any of
vehicle
my
or specifically cars?
cars, bikes, doesn't matter what it is. If you want to put it into a what they call a club registration for vintage and classic, yeah, it limits how far you're allowed to drive the car in a year for a reduced registration fee,
Got it.
and it's simply just not worth it. Okay, so how have you worked this? You've got that to there, that to there. Okay, this should be the line then, that.
So I'm pretty sure that this, if we center this on the bridge, it should be roughly close enough for stuff to load. It might not be perfect, but it should be pretty close. Good enough, at least. Delete piece of
Yeah,
bridge.
well, I'm going to double track just the bridge. We'll just have a passing lane just
I'm
on the
talking about
bridge.
the industry. I'm looking at laying the industry track right now. On the ironworks, you can get it in a 25, right?
Yeah,
So is it
between 25 and 26.
25 off a switch or 25 off a straight?
Oh, well,
Because-
you know, you put your first piece down with a cross track and then build a curve of
Yeah.
step up into it
So,
with a 5 and then a 15 and then go to a 25, and you may need to put 1 or 2 segments of 26 at the apex.
Yeah, so what I'm talking about, I was working on my smelter. Yeah. And so on the north end with the shorter bit, that like it's closer together, I had to do, it was 25 in between the two diverging pieces of the switch on the north end, and then 25 between the two straight ends of the switch on the south side.
Where does that line up to? No, got to move it over.
Edward wants to know about driving in Australia. I know in Germany it takes an entire year on your learner's permit before you can even take the road test. How's that work in Australia in terms of road test and license?
Completely different.
They have
your
laws.
you get your learner's permit in Australia, and that allows you to drive with a full licensed driver, and you can get that, I think, at 16 and a half, and then you've got to have held it for a minimum of 1 year, but in that time you've also got to keep a logbook, and you've got to have logged at least 100 hours, I think it is, of drive time before you can even go for your test.
Huh. So see, I didn't get my driver's license till I was 18, and as such, I didn't have to log anything. And
Yeah, see, that's how it was back in my day as well. It was you had to be 18, but then you only had to hold your learner's permit for.
oh, I didn't even get the learner's permit. It was just straight up right to license because I was 18.
Yeah, also we've always had that learner's permit. Doesn't matter what age you are here. If you've never had a license before, you've got to go through your learner's permit, and if you lose your license, you've got to go through the whole show again.
Ooh. Yep.
Sorry, I've just gotten a message I need to respond to. Apparently I missed a call from my brother. Oops.
Be a better sibling.
Well, I'm streaming, so he can go bother me some other time.
Fair enough. He chose streamer over brother.
Gotta get that clout. It's one of those things where I haven't checked my phone all day, and it was a video call over Facebook Messenger, and he called at like 4 o'clock, and he's only telling me now. Well, I'm only seeing it now at 7 that he called at 4 o'clock, so there's no point calling him back anyways.
Yeah, he's probably fine. Probably fine.
Yeah, he'll live. Hey, CD is here. And he's doxed himself a little bit. Kind of sus there, using a first and last name on the YouTube. There's a good reason that I don't do any of that in terms of real name and whatnot. I may be slightly paranoid, but whatever.
Slightly.
Yeah, slightly.
All right, cool. Yeah, well,
They're trying to make moves here in Australia that you can't get on the internet unless you're using your real name.
What? Why would anyone vote for that?
Yeah, well, you don't get a choice to vote for it. They're just
Oh.
dictating it and saying, this is what you're going to do.
That's dumb. I don't like that. Similar in Ontario, lose or surrender license, you have to go back through each level. Something else. It's fun to talk with siblings. Debatable. True. That is a good point, Chris. You are a musician. You do want people to find you, so they'll pay you. Air quotes, losing my license was the only way to get relatives to stop volunteering me to drive overnight. This is one of the reasons I didn't get my license till 18. In being the family shuttle, if you will. Didn't want to be, so I didn't end up getting the license till 18. And then by then, other siblings could drive, so I was no longer the go-to, hey, you're available and not doing anything, you should go drive this person somewhere. Come on, Link. There we go.
Kind of becomes a thing in the outback of Australia that if you don't have a license, you don't go anywhere. So you can't get to work, you can't do anything. So yeah, I kind of had to have one.
Well, everything's pretty far, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a long way to everywhere. Like just to duck to the shop to grab a bottle of milk, it's an hour drive.
oh wow.
So yeah, you don't duck to the shop and buy a bottle of milk. You go to the shop and you bring home a week's worth of milk.
Let's see where this ends up, actually.
I think I've got nicely lined up on your bridge now.
And I've got some nice straight track that's laid at random intervals, because it's going to be relayed over anyways.
You still don't want to relay it at random intervals.
Well,
Makes it painful to use the same control points.
well, it's straight. I'm going to relay it over anyways. We got to get something here to actually measure for the drop pitch of stuff. We don't have any coal yet. We haven't built to the mine.
Oh, the coal. Oh, okay, we're building them in the wrong order.
Yep.
Because the coal mine should have been the next build.
Yeah, but this one's closer now. I was already working on the bridge, so...
Yeah, that's right. You just wanted to put in your big fancy bridge.
I I mean, hey, I get to choose what I want to do, right? Let's go 5 straight into a 25 and see where that ends up. I'm the family gopher and I'm 25. Well, sucks, man. In the US, it's technically against the law to use a fake name on the internet. What? That's true. Good luck enforcing it. I don't think that's actually a law, unless it's like you're supposed to use your real name for like PayPal and stuff. Obviously, there's ways to get around that, but like if you wanna get any sort of credit card or debit card or some sort of card like from Venmo or PayPal, then you do have to have like a valid ID and,
You know,
and a
you'll
credit
you'll
score.
find that in the next couple of years, that even the US government will start pushing basically this universal ID, and you won't even be able to log on to the internet unless you basically put in your universal ID. It just won't even let you on, and all the ISPs will be on board with it.
Yeah, I don't like
Because
that.
that's what they're trying to do here in Australia at the moment.
Oof. So it looks like this curve's actually going to be fairly tight, tighter than 25. I don't know if 26 will make it. I'll try it, but
Are you sure you're not a little bit too close to the cranes? Because those cranes are a fair way out. Oh, wow.
what?
You know, I see on the stream where you ended up at.
Yeah.
Something didn't work right there.
The nice thing is I can just link to the control points. At least until I get too far. Because it'll just mess up. With the 9 tie segments, they'll be too short. Yeah, I might have to do a 27. That's weird.
I actually think I might have to shuffle this track over just a little bit. I've missed.
It's just not lining up unless I moved it further back out and did a wider loop and then looped back on itself. But I feel like that'd be annoying. Oh, what line am I looking at over there? That's the log line, right? Yeah. I can barely see the trestles through the trees. That's hilarious. A little bit of weird jumpy lag. Let's try a 27. See where that gets us.
Are you sure your bridge is straight?
For the most part, yeah. It's not perfectly straight, but overall it's perfectly straight. So like it varies a little bit, but it is for the most part. Like if you go end to end, it is perfectly straight. Because you can only have a line through 2 points.
And I take it that's the bridge that you've actually got in between the two bits of stone wall at each end.
No, actually, those were placed after. So those are again just decoration. They're not even straight. Man, I didn't even make it with a 27. This is way too far. What the heck? So 25, 26, 27. I'm gonna have to do a 28 to get around this. No, it should be a 28 with the amount it's been changing dock. Let me catch up on chat.
Actually, just looking at where you're at, you might need to go 28.5.
Perhaps.
Looking at where that 27 finished up.
I think I'm gonna start off with a 7 instead of a 5, and that should fix that. Let's see.
And
Apparently
you
not
put
getting apparently not getting drunk means I'm the designated driver. That is usually the case. What? If you're not able to stand up, why would they make you the designated driver? Are you drunk or not drunk? I'm confused now. Something fuel, milk and Oreos. Measure? Where we're going, we don't need to measure. Using a pseudonym in the US is only illegal if using it to commit a crime. Using a fake name alone is fine. I don't know the laws on that. Something real ID. They're talking about some sort of high sulfur off-road diesel clown. I'm assuming you know what that is, since you're a car guy to some extent.
Yeah, we don't have that here.
Apparently Oklahoma and Massachusetts are enforcing some weird ID stuff. Yeah, I don't like the whole bit about being told you have to do X, Y, and Z by the government. There's that whole thing about trusting the government any further than you can throw them, and can't throw them very far. It's the government, after all. I'm gonna have to go even tighter. What? That's absurd.
Good. So did you do 28.5?
I did 28. 28 starting off with a 9, and it's still like another full degree off.
Because it'll be a degree for every width of tie.
Every width of tie.
Yeah, so
Okay,
if you look at the ones that you
about
put
half. Okay.
Actually, no, you want about a quarter looking at where you just finished then, because your stream's slightly lagged, so you want about an extra 1/4%, a 1/4 of a degree around the corner.
You think a quarter? Okay.
A quarter, looking at where you ended up.
Okay, so take it out to 7 again. And then 28
Because, well,
and a
those-
quarter.
Oh, you're coming off the crane side as well.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, those cranes are out a little bit further than what you expect them to be, too, at that. Because look at the placement of where the crane is in the
Yeah.
deck. And one's right in the, like, almost in the middle of the deck, and the other one's a bit back from the deck.
On the pipes, looks about the same to me. Obviously, the tools goes out way far, but the caboose, or not the caboose, the boxcar, dang it, boxcar is plenty wide enough for it to get it. It should be, yeah, it's on the stream right now. Spacing should be okay.
Yeah, I think you might be a little close.
Perhaps.
I think you're a little close.
Perhaps. Won't be much of a deal anyways if we have to change it. It's just a matter of adjusting some control points.
Yep.
And I mean, if it
was AFK for a bit. You guys still doing what you do?
Yeah,
I'm just hopping back in. Sorry to interrupt.
all good.
So So anyway, I was building a bridge over here, but I have to get off for a little bit and work on a real bridge for the game. So maybe you guys will see that sometime later.
Leaks? What?
What? It's gonna be fun. It's look a lot better than this mess. I was trying to do a switchback. I'll come back in a 0.6 or something. 4.6.
Okay.
Well, I'll finish this later.
Yeah. See you, Tristan.
All right. See you guys.
See you later.
Ah, yes, the classic. I'm from the government and here to help. Yeah, right.
Yeah, those are some of the scariest words you'll ever hear.
So the fun thing about Arizona, with the driver license, they're valid until you're what, like 65, I think, unless you go in and get the new ones, which is like it's got the travel star or whatever on it.
There's some UN thing that they're trying to push through every single country at the moment. It's called ID 2020. They're trying to convert everybody over onto their new ID setup.
Hmm.
And of course, you know, they try everything in Australia first. We're like the test bed to see whether or not they can get the people to accept it.
What's that?
Oh, looks like I'm going to go. We'll put it in and we'll see. As you reckon your bridge is straight, I'll move the track over.
I mean, if what you can do is you can just take a. That's ended up weird. Okay. I'm having issues here with stuff. That's gonna be fun to fix. If you if you put in a bit of wood trestle over the whole top, that might be easier to see where you're going. And keep it even. So just like lay a one in the center. So I said, we said 28.25, right?
Yeah. Compared to the last line you put around. Things are going to be a little bit jerky for a bit. I've got some track to delete here.
I'm good.
I'm going to have to try and line this up again because it just does not. It's not 0.25% out. Well, it's less than 0.25% out. It's about 1/8% out, and we can't get that low of a setting.
Okay, so that's why this curve is acting weird. It's because the platforms on this side are further out. Got it. Okay. So that means I'm gonna have to take it out, let's say 2 cross tracks. That was not the right place to put that. Snap and snap. Yes, chat is indeed having completely different conversations, and I have no idea what's going on.
Yeah, it was a funny one. Australia was God's test bench. No, I think it was Australia was where God sent all the weird shit he made. Like, you know, the duck-billed platypus. There's the perfect example. You've got a beaver with a duck's mouth that lays eggs and's got poison spikes underneath its back feet.
What?
I'm not kidding.
That's weird. What the heck?
You're going to go look it up now, aren't you? The duck-billed platypus.
I'm gonna have to. What with that explanation?
Yeah, well, that's what it is. It's a beaver with a duck's bill, and it's also a marsupial mammal, so it's got a pouch, but it lays eggs, and it's got poison spikes underneath its back claws.
Huh.
Yes, everything in Australia is trying to kill you, even the little fluffy animals that look harmless. Yes, I'm just a little bit too far away from the chat to be able to see it. Because I've got it on got the stream running over on the media computer.
Gotcha.
I would have come in early, but I was watching a movie.
No
I was
worries.
sitting here with Mrs. Clown watching a movie. Idiocracy, if you've ever seen it.
I have not seen it.
I had my bloody subwoofer blow up this morning for the main computer.
Your subwoofer blew up.
Yep.
What?
Wake me up. It went really loud pop, and then like it was on full volume, just screaming.
Oof.
And it doesn't matter what you do to any of the settings on the front, doesn't change anything. It just stays on like a loud hum sound.
Huh.
And I've pulled it to bits, and I can't find anything wrong with it. So yeah, I just have to buy a new one. So I don't have any decent speakers at the moment.
That's unfortunate. Meanwhile, I'm doing
Oh,
some crimes against railroading. Like, it kind of fixed itself, but it also kind of didn't.
Well, once you're close, then you just build forwards, build backwards. Once you've got it somewhere near close.
Well, I'm just testing if this is parallel or not. Pretty sure it is. It doesn't kick out. It kind of sort of does just a little bit, but not hardly noticeable.
Well, I'm going to have another go at lining this up. Because I've had to delete everything that I've put in, and I'm going to have another go at lining it up.
This curve is not my favorite, but it'll do. Spinny tree. Wee. I haven't had a tree spin on me for a while. That's funny. Close enough for jazz. True. Alright, Edward, let's keep the politics out of it, alright? We're here for trains, not politics. I'm watching you. We can make fun of the government, but let's not bring in the political unrest stuff.
Yeah, politics. Poly means many, and tick is a blood-sucking animal. So that explains exactly what they are. What? Don't tell me you haven't heard that one before.
I had not. You know all of the weird sayings. trying to figure out how we're gonna connect this up. Hmm. Hmm.
So, what are you trying to connect up there?
Trying to think about how we're gonna connect up the far side of the industry.
Yeah, well, there's not enough room to put a right turn and a left turn there, is there, before the bridge?
I don't think so. We might be able to. And obviously, all this groundwork needs to be replaced at some point. We'll do for now. We might have to do is just have the back-to-back switches on the bridge. And turn around that way.
Yeah, well, we have got the double track, and so we can we can come in from one side and back out the other side without needing switches in there. So you've only got to make the...
As long as we have something to switch over in case we need to.
Oh, okay, so in the middle of the bridge you want to put a... Yeah, it's going to put the switches in a weird spot, though.
Not in the middle of the bridge.
Switch handles.
I want to see where we get it, because I think we can get it just on the end of the bridge here.
Yeah,
so,
on this
yeah
bit here. I see what you're talking about.
But I want to see where the turn gets me up here, because if we're doing 28 1/4, I mean it's slow speed. Let me see where a 30 gets me, because we can do it.
No, you can go flat out round a 29. 29's about the limit where trains start to tip off.
Okay.
So if you're under 29, you can still go around it flat out.
So let's go ahead and lay 27, and then we'll just go straight to 29, since we want to make sure we can make it. See where we end up here. Can you come over to me so we can lay more groundwork in case we need it?
What?
Actually, I think we'll have plenty of space to make it. I need some more groundwork, please. Are you in the middle of a spline, you were saying? I think I can make it.
Watching the stream to see where you're up to.
Because if we keep it on the edge even.
Well, I was in the process of putting that lane change in on the gravel bit before you get there.
Yeah, we can totally make this with 29s. It needs some adjusting.
And I was doing a universal switch over and putting it on here, putting a full universal switch over on just before the bridge.
Yeah. I mean, we could probably do this with something less. It just needs some finagling. But even if we had the universal crossover closer, it'd probably be fine. Yeah, I'm gonna take you 2 switches back. Or 1 switch back.
Hey? Yeah, this isn't the final placement. As you can see, this still has not lined up. The track will be moving again. It still has not lined up with this bridge.
Is it? Oh. Okay.
And well,
Well,
was
as
off by
long as we know that the universal crossover starts somewhere over here, then that's enough for me. Actually, if I
yeah, well, if you leave
hang
those
on,
2 pieces, then I'll know where I need to put it in at.
I think I can align you because I'm pretty sure I used the same bridge to start this. So
Yeah,
if
but but is that to the center of the bridge or is that to the right lane of the bridge?
to the right lane,
And the right lane I can't build center of, I've got to build slightly left of it to try and keep even left and right.
oh, I see. Yeah, you're a bit off.
And I'm about 2 centimeters too far to the left with where I've got it lined up at the moment. Only about 2 centimeters off. But I've got it lined up to go down the bridge nicely, but I'm about 2 centimeters this
So
way.
you got to move it to the right slightly.
Yeah.
Okay.
It'll probably work. Like, I reckon they'll fit down there.
It's straight but not quite ready. Like not quite level. Or it's parallel but it needs to be shifted over slightly.
No, actually, I think it is parallel. These 2 bits here that I'm walking backwards and forwards between. Oh, no, it's not, because that's I'm comparing a long one to a short one. And I've got to move the whole thing to the right about 2 centimeters, or not even a centimeter.
You look about the same distance from the railing. It's just this line that needs extending? The one I'm standing on?
No. No. You're obviously not looking at what I'm looking at.
I don't
So
know what you're looking at.
I'll just fix it.
Well, hang on.
That's the easiest way to do it, is to just fix it. And I know an easy way to fix it, that I can get it to line up again. Is to do that. And then do that. And that moves me over 1 centimeter. Look at that. Just like that.
Well, it looks about the same. If you look at the cross tracks coming off in terms of spacing.
No, it's not. It's not. This piece, this last segment that I've just placed in, this is the only segment that's in the correct position.
The one you just deleted?
Nope.
Oh, this one.
The one I'm standing on, that's the one that's in the correct position.
Okay.
No, and I think I actually need to go over even one more. So I need to do that again. So I'll take that bit out, take that bit out.
Yeah, I'm just gonna third person watch for a second, because I don't know what you're doing.
I'm just shuffling the track left about 1 centimeter each time, while keeping it parallel.
Okay. Yes, if we're gonna have double track, we're gonna at some point take some pictures with 2 trains, quote unquote, passing each other. This is an American railroad. It's actually 0.394 inches, not a centimeter.
And there you go. If you come down here and look at this end here, where it lines up onto the rail, you can see I've moved the track over 1 centimeter and kept it parallel.
Hmm.
Tricky, huh?
Hmm.
Those were clown secrets, those ones, and I'm not sharing how I did that one.
I
They're
can guess
clown
how
secrets.
you did it. Should I guess how you did it?
Oh, you can have a go.
I'm assuming you just took a 9-tie segment and shifted it over by like a 1/4%, quarter degree, and then brought it back out straight.
No, that doesn't work. Then you won't be parallel anymore.
Well, yeah, so you take
You'll
it
be a
quarter degree one way,
off.
then quarter degree back.
Yep, that's it. For the same length of a segment, but you got to keep your segment lengths all the same.
Yep.
And
Which train is widest? I think it's technically the Cookie in terms of hitboxes. Might be the Heisler, though.
The Heisler's big fat bum.
Yeah, it doesn't have collision, though. Cookie has collision.
Yeah, on that back bumper bars, it's got a collision.
Oh. Oh, I just kicked my desk. Ouch. Everybody be sad.
Ouch.
I stubbed my toe. Yeah, I'm gonna start getting rid of these other switches that don't belong. This one doesn't belong, right? Yeah.
Yeah, just hang on a second. I'm just trying to get the position worked out now to get the second track to line up where it needs to go.
Yeah.
Well,
I just want to know what I'm coming off of so I can put in the other stuff.
Oh, have you got all the rail down the other end they've built, have you?
I temporary built. It needs some finagling, but I want to know what I'm coming off of first.
Oh, okay. So yes, I'll get this in.
There should not be collision with the handrails on the bridge because there's a gap between the end of the tie and the handrails. See, I can walk between it. It's fine. If we do end up having collision with it, that would be funny. Derails the train.
Yeah, that's right. That's extra content.
Exactly.
And then we just delete the handrail. We delete the handrails off the side or shorten them.
Oops. Now it's just drifting.
But yeah, all I'm trying to do is get the position for the second lane with this cross track here. That's all I was up to.
Yep. And then once we have the position of the crossover bit, then we can start on the other line and make sure it's ending up where it needs to.
Okay, why did that place long? That wasn't meant to do that.
So I can place a switch off of this, and then another thing, and then take a switch right, and it lines up. Okay. Clown doesn't quite line up.
What's up? What do you mean it doesn't quite line up? I've actually connected with the turnout. And that's how it actually goes, just like that, when you connect with a turnout.
I just placed this switch, though. So I took it a switch length back and put the switch length over, and it's just, there's a slight bump.
Alrighty, well, I'll do the switch turnaround again and let's see what happens.
I mean, I don't think it's any bump that'll derail the train, but there's a slight bump.
Does that line up neatly with this? It does. I will delete it out anyway. And delete that out. Pull back the length. And that gives us the position for this one on the end. Now you got it. And then delete that one out. And put the finish one in. And there we go. Does it line up?
That's weird.
That's just how it is. And I've never had a derail on it.
Well, I mean, it looks better than it did before, unless I'm lying to myself. I don't know. It's probably fine. So yeah, take this back. One more switch. Crossover. Bring it back that way.
Well, it's these two cross tracks here. These are the line-up cross tracks. Don't delete these ones, the ones that I'm standing on.
Oh no, I'm just moving the universal switch thing back.
I just need to do a check now and see whether or not I've got it. Oh, pardon me, centered. And I'm 2 centimeters further to the right than what I was before. And that's bad. I still think I need to move over. So it's that far on a long tie. And it's... where's a long one? Not too bad. That's where it's staying.
Yeah, I think it looks
You don't
good.
have enough. You don't have enough room for a universal crossover there where you're at.
Well, yeah, but this one's fine.
So why not move it back to this position here? And we'd have enough room. If you come back this far, there'd be enough room to put them both in. And there's enough straight there to line up onto it.
I'm just thinking, because if we have this here, and then another, maybe it should be a switch left.
I mean, but you know, you can put a universal crossover to the right and then back to the left between here and where the bridge starts.
Yeah, but I don't want to have too many switches on the bridge bit. You know what I mean?
Well, you can move it back, and yeah, easy from the point where you've got it started here. This can be the the first one to go to the right, and then.
Oh, you're talking just to have one set, not two.
Oh no, two. You want one to go to the right and then one to come back to the left, so that you can go from the left lane to the right lane and from the right lane to the left lane. Otherwise, you're going backwards and forwards all the time.
Well, yeah, it's just if you have this here, then you have more switches, another whole switch length that's on the bridge. Whereas if you have it come out this way and then curve back around.
If you only want to have one, that just means, yeah, if you want to switch lanes and you're on the wrong side, you've got to come past the switches and just reverse back to the other lane. You haven't got it's not a universal changeover then, it's just a lane change.
Yeah.
And if you want to go from one side to the other side, you can go over it forwards, and the other way, you've got to go past it and then reverse back over it again. Reverse to get to the other lane. But it works either way. It's just one's you can always do it going forward, and the other one you've got to turn around and go backwards to get across for one way.
Yeah. I'm just trying to put this in. Oops. That did not line up.
Well, I was only going to bring it back on the other side of the bridge. I was just going to bring it back into a single line again. before going around the curve. Well, actually, I was going to put both into a curve into the switch and then have the switch halfway around the curve, and then the curve finishes on the other side of the switch.
Uh-huh.
Which is sort of what I left myself room there on the other side to put in. So, well, you can work on whatever you want to put in here. You've got your two lineups for where it meets into the bit that goes across the bridge. I'm going to put the bit in that goes across the bridge now. And I actually need to go through and remove all of this all the way across because I missed. But yes, getting it to line up with this bridge was not easy at all.
Okay. So let's get rid of this. Just fill that with groundwork instead. Will fill stick out, maybe? I feel like fill would stick out, probably.
Yeah, I think it might stick out at the bottom. It might be too deep there for it to.
Oh yeah, it definitely sticks out. Okay, so just another bit.
I'm pretty sure the new stuff we're getting, it is actually procedural for its height, so that you always don't have 40 foot sticking underneath the groundworks, underneath the terrain level. I'm pretty sure it's actually procedural.
For the groundwork generation?
Miles. Very similar to what it is with the bridge. Now the bridge will auto level the legs and put the right leg in depending on how far you are off of the terrain.
Yeah.
It's not just legs sticking through the bottom, and I think the groundworks is going to do the same thing from what was described.
Okay.
That's not from how Heist described it. That was from how Koimi described it in his responses. It's inferred anyway. It might not happen like that.
And I am misclicking all over the place. Alright, let's give some love to chat real quick. Let Pharma drive the first train, and if it derails, blame it on him. I agree with this.
Yes, let's add to Farmer's derail count.
Handrails are an excellent idea to keep ice from falling off. True. Yes, Clown has joined to lay good track. Authentically narrow gauge. Wondering if 2 tracks placed so the rails are evenly spaced could form 3 tracks. That is actually true. Someone's done that. You can lay, if you lay 2 bits of track close enough to each other and very parallel, you can run a train down the middle. I've seen it done.
Yes, that works. And if you lay them at slightly different heights, you can actually drive the train down it on a lane. But you can't get too far, or else the end of the tyres will hit the bottom of the train, hit the hitbox on the bottom side of the train.
Mm-hmm. Something about points diverging. This for the universal crossover, you have to go left and right. And
yeah, that's right.
It just wouldn't have worked to do it the other way. It would have been messy and weird. So we have to have it this way. So like these ones here are going to have groundworks because they're nice and not deep. The other one is going to have a little bit of steel bridge on it.
Oh. No way, it's skewing the other way now.
The lines in the center? Just kind of a little bit of a
It's
outcropping here.
you try and tell me your bridge work in the middle here straight. There's no way this is straight.
Well, no, this bridge isn't straight. The overall bridge is straight. So
I'm trying to use this to line the track up on.
You're fine. It's fine. As long as it's close, I think it's good enough. Meanwhile, I have to go lay more groundwork here so I can actually get a different curve around this.
And I think I'm pointing too far to the left now. I'm going to have to come back and do it all again.
We can still use the same starting points though, right?
No, the starting points need to be spun slightly.
It's fine. It's close enough, Cloud.
But it might not be. I think it's going to hit the rails on the edge. Going to hit the guardrail.
Are you in the middle of a spline?
Yes, I am. Why is that?
Oh, I'm just curious. I mean, we can move the guardrail. It's easier to move the guardrail than it is to move the track. Yeah, the hitbox is weird. Am I desynced?
I know. What are you looking at?
What? Oh, no, I know what I did.
Oh, it should get past it. But yes, it's not lined up straight all the way straight across. The tracks are straight, but yeah, the bridge isn't straight.
It's fine. This is fine.
I could show you a little trick for how to get those bridge works that you've laid down always in the right spot. I've got a trick for that.
I mean, either way, we're just...
you use guide track to do it, because you can actually snap bridge to the track and not have the legs appear. And it always lines up with itself.
What length of segment do you have to use?
2 sevens.
2 sevens. Alright. Perhaps in future.
Or you can do it. I think it'll even work to 2 nines.
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure it'll even work to 2 nines. Just hang on a sec. We'll do a little test. I'll just do a test off the side here. I can clean it up afterwards.
Oh, I'm already doing a test. Way ahead of you. Alright, so here's 2 nines. It's a 9. That's a 7. Okay. Steel bridge. Place here first.
I'm pretty sure it's got no legs under it. I'll not put legs. Okay, so that's where it changes from that point to that point. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, it's 2 sevens. Did that work?
Attempting to place it on the second 7. Yeah, it does work on the 2 sevens. Not on the 2 nines though. 2 nines gives the
Yeah,
thing.
no, 2 nines is too long. That's too long. You've got legs up with 2 nines. But yeah, if you put it on 2 sevens,
should we just
you get
leave
no
this
legs.
here?
Why?
Just for fun. We can just leave this here, this random bit of track. Chat, you have now all sworn an oath not to tell anybody what this means. It's just there.
I don't even know what this means. I want you to put it there. Okay, I'm putting the decking rail across the bridge now.
Alright. Arma may put it to good use. We could use it to display a locomotive or something. Caboose storage, perhaps?
No, that's too ordinary for farmer to have for caboose storage. He'd want to hang it in a cage somewhere.
Hasn't he already hung one in a cage?
Well, that's what I mean. He'd want to hang it in a cage,
Hmm.
or stuff a chimney up its backside.
I'll try to get around this with a 25. See what happens. Oh yeah, I can
I'll
totally
be going for
do
that
this.
change it. If you're doing that change of direction, yeah, you could as long as you got a straight between, you can make it as open as you need to, as long as you got a straight between them.
Yeah, I got plenty of space. It's just a matter. Oh, somebody placed something.
Yeah, that was the decking spline went in. Decking spline uses more CPU to place it for some reason.
Huh.
Because of course, there's more 3D models in a decking rail than there is in normal rail.
Fair, I guess. Still weird though.
Oh wow, that jumped. Thought we went offline, but we didn't.
We could plant Betsy there. That is a good idea.
Oh no, Betsy, we'll need to keep her for the just in case push engine in case one of the others doesn't quite make it up one of the grades.
We can. Somebody suggested we call it the not 2.9s, 2.7s bridge extension. I approve. And just not tell Heist about it. Just let him be frustrated about it. Like, what does that mean?
Oh, well, he won't go watch the stream anyway. He's too busy to watch our streams.
Yep. It's a sad fact of life. What with having a real job and all.
You guys have still got a few years to go before you can retire like me. Yes, retire and be bored.
Play trains all day long.
Play trains all day long. That's exactly it. Whoa. Okay, I'm about to right click in a spline.
Apparently, I am starting to sound like a robot. That's unfortunate. Not much I can do to fix that. Yes, everybody does forget about Betsy too.
Oh, the
I
robot's
think-
not coming over the Discord.
Yeah. I think we're going to keep the Heisler where it is in the middle of the valley. Just as an Easter egg, assuming we end up releasing this map for download once we're done with it.
The cheat Heisler.
Yeah. Oh, Kenosha's playing clown. We got to derail something.
I don't even know which song Kenosha is.
It's the derail song.
See, now that's something that needs missing from the game is when music comes on, it should put in the one of the corners and say what the name of the song is that's now playing.
Perhaps.
It does it on most games that when a new song comes on, it'll have a little indication there in the corner to tell you what the new song is that's just started playing. And that's something that's missing. Otherwise, you never know what any of the songs are called. I'd have to go by the OST for it. Oh, I don't think we're going to have enough room here.
Deleting stuff if you haven't felt it already.
Yeah, little bits of jerks. Okay, I'll just have to put it further around the corner, that's all. No dramas.
Nice little snaky squiggle here. Probably make it nicer, but eh. Looks alright. Does mean I can put in the rest of my control points and then figure out the track. Oh no, I still have to connect up the other bit. Never mind.
Oh, someone's coming in to say hello.
What?
Or am I dreaming? No.
In the Discord? No.
No. I can't understand that. Someone's trying to talk to me in a private message and I can't understand that. I don't speak weird squiggles.
Huh.
Okay. That was weird.
Sounds like something typical of the internet.
Now, I've heard the fix for this, and I haven't actually tried it yet. Instead of using a cross track, is you use another switch. And did that fix it? Yes, that did. Now it lays level. Oh, look at that.
Looks better. Chat being funny again.
And
My
shit got a
goodness.
crescendo and Clan's chat derailed itself.
Yeah. was roughly when you got whatever private message was all weird.
Nigerian princes leaving me money. Talking like I didn't work in IT for almost 20 years.
Alright, give me just a second. Alright, let's make sure everything's hooked up before we start with the control points. Looks like we missed a bit right there. Alright. So now comes the fun long spline. And it goes through everything to make it one spline overall. Might need two, actually.
Oh, I hate said randomization. If people couldn't tell.
Probably going to be done here in just a few minutes after I place in the spline as well. It's been, what, like 3 hours or something?
Has it really?
Since I started, I think so.
Yeah.
Let me refresh the page real quick. Yeah, it started streaming
Somehow
3 hours ago.
that has ended up as a bump.
Make sure that's laying nice behind me. We do have the chords, and then all those conform to the spline. Alright, we didn't do any of the spacing things here.
What's that?
For the drop-offs. Or, not the drop-offs, the loading platforms.
Oh, to line
bridge
up on
deck.
them.
The bridge deck, yeah.
If you didn't do it bridge deck, just put a piece in with just put a short section of stone wall there in the gravel, and it marks it just as well.
Alright.
Oh, gee, I really hope that these new splines we get do not have Z randomization in them. It
You're
will drive me
not the
crazy if
only
they
one.
do. I'm sick of trying to mitigate Z randomizations. Because that's what I'm doing here. I'm rebuilding over it because I've got Z randomizations in it, and the track ended up with a big dip right before the switch.
Oof.
Like, you know, a 2-inch dip, you can actually see it. Spline in. Okay, the other end of the bridge is connected up with a...
So I'm good to
Switch
place
up.
in my spline then?
Yep. We're connected with a switch. It's further around the corner than I wanted it to be. Wow, that was a big spline.
Yep. All the way around the whole thing, so...
Oh, okay, good, nice. One big spline. And this end's all connected up.
Yep. Everything's connected up. And I've deleted almost all the cross tracks. I thought I missed that one.
There's some dual track here, or have you been across and rebuilt this?
I've been across
Short
and
straight.
rebuilt it. There's some groundworks
And
that
yeah,
need help, and we can probably make that little squiggle out of the bridge a little bit better. My end of the bridge, ironworks end. It's a little bit not the best, but
yeah, I'm just fixing up some duplicate rail here that shouldn't be here.
I just laid that.
Yeah, I just laid it again because you left duplicate three levels of duplicate rail in the end.
You left one here still. Oh, you got it. Okay.
Nah, you got to come back and get it last. Back out of the way. Yep. I don't think there was any duplicates on this side, no. So which curve did you reckon you got wrong?
No, it's just, it looks stupid. So coming out here, it's not quite perfect, so there's that squiggle in it. Nothing that's going to derail,
okay.
it's just bothersome that it's not perfectly straight, and obviously there's that weird small segment. But this is all one spline now, so...
Oh, okay, because yeah, I was going to go over it, and if you put it at about half degree, it'll actually not look like that much.
I was trying to get it to 1, and then it went to 2, and now there's a section where it's like 4, which is annoying, so...
Yeah, you just got to make it, basically, just keep going until you get to the position where you want it to be. Isn't there an unloading dock missing here? Oh, no, it's there.
That's the loading side.
Oh, that's right. It's around the opposite way to what I'm used to.
Yep.
Ah, I see.
Yeah, so I'll clean up the groundworks at some point later. Maybe off camera, maybe on camera, I don't know. But let's go take a look at Clown's Bridge, and then I'm gonna have to head out. Gotta get dinner and other stuff because it is now almost 8:30 p.m.
Yep, and it's 1:30 here in East Coast Australia, and I'm hungry and I want some lunch.
Obviously, we have the 2 9s and 977 bridge segment. Let's call it that. That's a sexy looking bridge.
It did turn out quite good.
Bit further apart in the center than I thought they were going to be, but it's fine.
Yeah, well, that's the closest you can get where switches still work.
Yeah.
Unless you want to put the switches around a corner. That's the other way to do it. And
I mean,
this line
curves
here is
look
ready
good.
to have the. This line here is ready to have the track put in, and I'm pretty sure the curve should be all nice and open. It's just a matter of run the track along the edge here, and because it's all level, I wouldn't even worry about the Z randomization that's in the groundwork.
Do you
There
want
shouldn't be a
to?
curve here that's worse than 15.
Do you want Flight to go look at the bridge from a distance?
Yeah, show it from a distance. Woohoo!
Yeah, look at that. Nice, pretty bridge with the handrail and everything. Let me just.
Hang on a sec. We want to hit the F12 on that.
Oh, I heard your screenshot.
You did.
Yeah, I'm just zooming in a little bit. Oh, yeah. This is the largest bridge I've ever attempted.
Yes, I normally don't make big bridges on my maps.
Oh, yeah, Mr. I hate bridges.
Yeah, down here, this bridge down the bottom here. If you fly down to the one that's on the way to the smelter, this is as tall as I'll ever make a bridge.
The one down to the smelter. Oh,
So,
the
yeah,
turnaround one, yeah. I have a similar one, but it's a tad higher than yours. On my personal map.
This is as high as I'll ever make a bridge.
Yeah, because you come in and you have a whole turn back there. Okay. Yeah, so my map, my personal map, this particular turnback bridge is like over here-ish. So it comes off of this thing, curves around this mountain, back around here, roughly.
Okay.
Right above this dry spot. So it comes off around the mountain and comes back around here and then follows this ridge down. It's I think a 3%-ish.
Oh, that's 2.5 there.
Yeah,
I'm already at 2.5
my line on my
at that
personal
point.
save. But yeah, I'm loving this bridge. It's a good spot for it. It looks like it's meant to be there.
It actually doesn't look so silly, and it looks like it's actually meant to be there. It doesn't look as bad as what I thought it was going to look.
It would be cool to have the truss in there, but the only way we figured we could do that is I can show you guys real quick. Let me just The only way we figured out that it would work is if we took steel bridges and laid them on top of each other like this. So in order to even get that to work, it's really annoying because we'd have to place something to make it work, and then you just have this weird steel bar looking thing. And I mean, it could work, but it would take ages to do anything like that, and it would probably double the spline count, and it just looks strange from this side. So I don't know, maybe we'll do it in future, maybe not. I'll do some experimenting probably. I had planned to do some experimenting already anyways. But yeah, you may see me clean up the groundwork, you may not. Depends how things go. Work out that curve so it's less of a squiggle. Clown, where are you at? Assuming you want flight off.
2 seconds. Yeah, flight off. Coming in for a landing.
I gotta click you first. There we go. Alright. Well, that's going to be all from me. Thanks to Clown for helping out.
No problem
There
at
we
all.
go. Oh, I'm facing backwards now. Alright, there we go. Ah, dang it. There we go. Fancy screenshot thing. Let me see if I can get on the... There we go. Thank you everybody for watching. Hope you all had fun and good time. At some point during the week, we're probably going to be streaming again. We're not sure when exactly. Depends on everybody's schedules, etc. But you can expect at least some form of something from one of us. That being one of the MOW crew. Clown, I'm assuming you have an episode coming out again this week?
Yeah, it'll be a couple of days because my next path was putting in the coal mine, and I wasn't going to show putting in all the coal mine. It'd just be too long in an episode that I can only do about 30 to 40 minutes per episode.
It'd definitely take forever.